First thing is BPM, beats per minute. What are the models going to be walking like? So automatically, I'm walking around the room. I'm trying to sway my hips and trying to get into seeing how they might be walking, how fast it might be, how slow. And we settled on the right BPM. And even Gary Farmer was doing this the other day, dropping his jaw, and he's looking. He's like, "Why do they look so mad all the time?"
Hello, everyone. I am Jessica Metcalf, and this is Beyond Buckskin, the show where Indigenous fashion takes center stage. Here, we'll dive into the deep cultural roots of Native design and celebrating how it is thriving in today's modern aesthetic. I'm the founder of Beyond Buckskin, which is a boutique featuring the work of over 40 Native American fashion designers and jewelry artists. Steeped in activism and cultural pride, we highlight the unique designs that bring beauty, diversity, and tradition to a wider audience. Before we jump in, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to Indigenous House so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much. I have known Derek for over a decade now. In addition to all of his professional accomplishments, such as winning awards and whatnot, Derek Miller is witty and wise. He is our favorite witch doctor, and I hope you enjoy hearing the important words behind all of the amazing work that he's doing and everything that he's done. Derek, you are my first, of course, always, put you on that platform of being the first
Liar.
experiment. So, Derek, if you can please give us your most sacred, traditional introduction ever.
Wow. Sego. My name is Derek Miller. I come from Six Nations of the Grand River. I'm a professional gigolo and also a recording artist and producer, as well as I do some dabbling in the acting and TV as well. I race cars for a little bit. I got too old for that because my reflexes ain't the same like they used to could anymore. So, but now I'm just hanging out in Six Nations of the Grand River here, and I built a studio, and I'm recording with a bunch of different artists and working with different people, and just having a hoot.
Yeah, because thank you so much for being here. Your time, your energy, your presence.
Thank you.
Always,
Yeah, thank you.
I always appreciate it. Tell us about your record label. Silverheel Records.
Wow. Well, yeah, Silverheels Records came about maybe in 2018-ish. I just needed a venue to have everything that I was working on coming out, and I just wanted to help different artists and different collaborations, whatever it may be. And I wanted to have a venue where I could, release those and build maybe a catalog and a legacy with that. And I used to just kind of travel around and record people in their homes or wherever they were. And I kind of got that idea from Alan Lomax. I guess he was an old blues engineer. We would go into communities and record these blues artists. And I kind of liked that idea. And when I was working with Daniel Lenoir, he would always talk about sitting up in houses and how he liked kitchens to be his favorite spot to record because the artist felt comfortable in the kitchen. And experience always taught him that kitchens seemed to have a very acoustic, distinct thing for him. So I just, thought having Silverheels Records would allow me this opportunity to, just explore my musical horizons in a very unencumbered way. And I named it Silverheels Records because Jay Silverheels is from Six Nations of the Grand River. His original name was Harold Smith, Harry Smith, and he went to L.A. to play lacrosse, and some talent scouts saw him, and they put him in a role called Tonto. You might have heard of that one.
This little role called Santo.
Yeah, exactly. But he's become an icon for us. I mean, he's practically been. He was my neighbor, really. He used to come see my grandfather on this exact property where I am right now, and his family just lived down the road from us right now. So I know their family down the street here, and I just thought continuing that legacy and putting that kind of name on the record label would, be iconic in a way, and hopefully, I can create some work that can come to that iconic, you know, level. So yeah, he's just a great beacon of being one of the first in the industry, and to retire in Calabasas, California is a good goal.
From what I hear, and with your gigolo service on top of all of your, professional career, success, I think you can have probably multiple houses when you retire, which won't be for decades, I'm pretty sure, because you're still young and spry.
That's not what you tell me when the camera's off.
This old man, such an old man.
Well,
Well,
thank you though, Jessica. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope to be going for a long time. But you just never know. So you just got to be grateful for every day you have. And another, thing of being an Ongwe Hongwe Haudenosaunee man is I start to realize that that was kind of the basis of our being as a Haudenosaunee, is how grateful that we have to be, and yeah, the Thanksgiving address is a testament to that. I've been learning a lot more about my culture and stuff like that over the past couple, 3, 4, 5 years, and the more I learn, the more empowered I get.
you've always been learning. I feel like you're constantly learning, and I can't wait because you have such a fascinating like life journey. Can't wait for your book or your memoirs or your documentary or to come out, because you have this crazy
And,
story of the first time you learned how to drive.
oh, when I was 3 years old, yeah, the first time I learned how to drive, I was 3 years old. My dad came pick me up in a '69 Charger 440 Hemi, and I was standing up. He would work the pedals, but I could tell like he would be, correcting his with his legs a little bit here and there. But I managed to hit the ditch that day. That was a exciting day.
Derek was the driver at as a toddler.
Yeah, I'm like Ricky Bobby, for frick's sakes. I couldn't say faster when I was younger. My mom said so. I said I want to go fast and fast, so double fast.
Okay, fast and fast.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. And throughout your life, like you've said, you've been blessed to know so many people and meet so many people and be inspired by so many people. And you keep working with new people. And, some of your favorites, like you keep working with Gary Farmer, like on projects. You just naturally are both creative humans, and both naturally, when you get together, magic happens. And I've seen like you and Gary work together in, like, I think it was his garage. You guys were
Yeah,
recording, and even when you'd get together with Keith Secola, just doing like jam sessions in somebody's backyard in Arizona, and just like naturally, you guys almost like that's how you communicate when the boys get together, is you play music.
yeah. Really, that's what we do. Yeah, it's just a way to, yeah, communicate and express our love to each other.
The bromance is real. I
Yeah,
remember when we were in Arizona and you went hiking with the boys, and you're in
right.
Arizona in the desert in full black with a trench coat on.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like going hiking with Keith and the boys, Jimmy Vickers as well. We've known each other for 20 something years, and it's always been really cool to go on hikes with them because when I was in Phoenix with them in the early 2000s, we would go hiking in the Superstition Mountains, and they would take me through the trails where Geronimo was evading the U.S. Army and stuff like that. And it was a really good education. So I mean, I just love climbing mountains. So
And then afterwards, you guys would end up somewhere and inevitably like start jamming music.
yeah. Yeah, it's just always a good way to, as a musician, you're always learning because music is a lifelong journey. So you never know what you're going to pick up from somebody when you're playing in kind of a pickup sort of situation. And you just, the way different people feel, the way different people hear, the way different things occur in a musical situation, the subtle things can be big things, and split seconds really mean a lot when you're juggling fireballs and music.
So, do you want to share a little bit about your, latest song releases that you put out there? Because you've been putting out some really good music lately. I'm so excited for you and proud of you. You're on this creative kick right now. You're
Yeah.
a lot of really great stuff. Do you want to share a little bit more about those songs?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The most recent thing I put out is a single called Dangerous Games. And that's been my a Derek Miller release that hasn't been, I think the last time I did a solo Derek Miller release been 10 years almost. But it's preceding a new album that I'm working on, should be out next year in the early 2026. I did a collaboration with Mozart Gabriel called Thunderstorms. He's a great Pueblo Dene artist out of New Mexico via Nashville. I went to Nashville and set up a studio and an Airbnb, and we wrote for a couple days, and we got that song, and we shot a video for that, and that just came out as well. Me and Gary Farmer did a song called "Let Love Come to You." We've been working on that one for a while, but he had a thought, and we kind of switched it around a little bit, and he managed to get that on the TV show Resident Alien that he's been a star of for the last 4 seasons. And yeah, I've been working with DJ Shub. We just got done doing Runway of Resilience. That one is called Requiem. And then basically, I used the three principles of the condolence ceremony of the Haudenosaunee in the Great Peace, the law of the Great Peace. Basically, those principles are to wipe your eyes, clear your ears, and clear your throat, and to have those things taken care of so you can listen through your grief and figure out a way forward in a good way using a good mind. Those are the principles really that I've been really focusing towards because I see a lot of stuff happening in the world today. We all do. I mean, with Palestine and Gaza and Israel, and it's very sad to see these sorts of things still taking precedence. Seeing how our democracies seem to be complicit with this, U.S. and Canada, by arming certain countries and bombing the crap out of them, and it makes me think to myself. The world really needs Haudenosaunee value right now. It really needs indigenous value right now. Just saw a movie called Metal Art that by Tasha Hubbard, and it's about 60 Scoop family, But in that movie, I saw a broader context of these four people coming together that represented maybe the four directions, and it kind of thought it, represented humanity in a way where we're all a single family, being a human family, and that regardless of what's happened in our past, and we need each other to go forward in a good way and have a good future. So I hope that the world can see the value in an indigenous lens, and that it needs that indigenous lens right now, and a hope to continue peace and going forward in a good way. So that song I did with Shub really does have those sorts of things in it. What I did is I hooked up a hickory tree, to some diodes with a university professor named Jared Young, and we managed to get that tree to trigger MIDI notes, and it triggered a synthesizer, and we used that as the basis of the song. And then we triggered some bass notes, and I used a water drum and a rattle, and you can hear the wind as well. So it's kind of me and Shubber the first to actually play with the land and make music. And then it turns into like a Rammstein thing at the end, so the models can be strutting and doing their stuff. So it's really cool.
What? That's amazing. How did you even like how this, I guess this is my question is that with Shub, how did you come up with this tree idea? Because he's a DJ. And in
Right.
all my head from a music perspective, DJs, it's all very technology, right?
Yeah. Well,
And
a lot of people don't realize like Shub is very technically sound as a producer as well. He may not, know how to mic up a drum kit and then do traditional stuff that way, but he can take all the electronic music he has, and he makes a great instinctual choices. So when I'm showing him stuff, we're very formidable as a team and as a unit, because we know all the ways to make things happen in terms of what delay to use, what reverb to use, how to make this drum kit work inside of what he's doing. So when I told him I had these recordings of these trees I'd done with this university professor, he was very intrigued as well, because he had heard about his buddies hooking up mushrooms and doing that. So it's just, technology's coming such a way that we can share files over the internet, and we can just, talk about things, and then the music just kind of dictates where you're gonna go. And he's got great instincts, and that's why this guy has created a genre called powwow step. I mean, he's one of the best that's ever done it, and he's a world champion DJ. But there's more to that, man, than just DJing and scratching and putting beats together. He's got really great sense of melody, harmony, and I was just so elated to have this opportunity to work with Seeing Red Media, and to work with Shub on this project, because I always want to, have our minds blend together, and this is what we came up with, and we were able to use our culture and really make something impactful for the world, I thought, in terms of, just promoting peace and indigenous values in a good way. And have some fun in the fashion world as we do it. So I was really excited to do it, and yeah, I look forward to doing more with him in the future, because like I said, we're really formidable when we're together.
I love that. You you just have this superpower to find the people that you just kind of you're almost like a magnet to the people that can do well, right? And you will sacrifice so much and be so humble and just to work with other people. Like in my head, you are like the best, are one of the best. Like you're up here in the music world, right? And so when I hear you say that it was an honor to work with these other artists or whatever, who are have more recent careers, I should say, too, like they're great as well. But it just makes me really happy because there's a lot of people who, who will like take advantage of other people or who will kind of gatekeep certain industries. And I think that you're a really good role model of how you can still be extremely successful in your personal career and that it actually helps you as a human to work with and help other humans. So
Yeah,
you I think that that's such a beautiful concept, and I think that that needs to be shared all across the board.
I think that's indicative of what I'm trying to say about when you're saying people gatekeeping, and I I just think there's more value in peace than there is in an industrial military complex. I think there's more value in our hearts and coming together as one in humanity than trying to be like a freaking like the guy with the most money that thinks they're the best or something. I mean, I have so much value in working with different people because it just strengthens me as an individual that I can't not do that. I mean, I've been working with Natasha Fisher. She's just coming out, an amazing artist. I'm also working with Sebastian Gaskin, another amazing artist. And they've both came here into my studio and left with great results because we've been really open and we've been really, caring about each other's art. And we're not trying to, go to war with each other. We're trying to find something that's, resonating in a beautiful way that touches creation, that touches the universe, that touches God. And that's the basis of everything of what I do is like, does it allow me a glimpse at God? Does it allow me a glimpse at creator, whatever you want to call it? And once I get that glimpse, I'm satisfied. I call that, it's just like fishing, you know what I mean? I go fishing for that sense. And yeah, that's without these artists, I wouldn't be able to, I think it wouldn't make it as good, and I really encourage everybody to collaborate with everyone because you're just going to learn. So, yeah, more the better.
And you've seemed to master the art of working with others. You have this magical ability to do that. That's why you are the witch doctor. So many music and fashion and style, intertwine in so many ways, right? Those worlds just mix. You incorporate style into your photo shoots, and you have done, music events in conjunction with other fashion events. So, what is this like to create music for a fashion show? So you're creating actual new music for fashion. How is that process? Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, it was interesting because me and Shub set up all our gear in the studio here, and first thing is BPM, beats per minute. What are the models going to be walking like? So automatically, I'm walking around the room. I'm trying to sway my hips and trying to get into seeing how they might be walking, how fast it might be, how slow, and we settled on the right BPM. And even Gary Farmer was doing this the other day, dropping his jaw, and he's looking. He's like, "Why do they look so mad all the time?" But that was the first thing, was just trying to assume the walk and try and get into the attitude of that sort of thing. And once we found the right BPM, we were finding different bass lines, and there's so many different ways you can do this. But it's basically finding the right BPM and the right vibe, and then as we were going along, I start singing to it and finding a melody, and then from there we start deciding on different themes that we like, that we want it to repeat, so we could just draw it out longer, because I think this is going to be a 10 and a half minute piece, maybe a little bit shorter by the time we get the rehearsals done, but it can be a whole different ways. I mean, if I was going to do it with a band, I would have sat the band up, and we would have just kind of went through different things and try to find something that blew our hair back or vibed with us, and then we would have settled on that. And it's just multifaceted. It can go any way. There's 10,000 ways to skin a cat, and you can just pick one and throw a dart at the dartboard and pick one. Really.
Okay, that's offensive to cats.
Well, yeah, skin a deer, skin a elk, skin,
Just kidding.
whatever.
Um,
Skin of whatever.
I love that you guys were the very first thing was the beats per minute. Like, how does that? Because that impacts how a model walks. If the beat is
Yeah,
fast, they're gonna walk fast. If it's slow,
right.
they're gonna walk slow. So
Yeah.
I love that you guys actually were walking around.
I was walking and Shub was laughing at me. But yeah, you got to get a Goldilocks BPM for the models.
Shub didn't do a walk.
No, he wasn't walking. He was hitting the trigger button. He was making sure it was
Uh,
lining up. Yeah.
he was doing the research and writing down and the
I was setting
finding.
the trap. He was pulling the trigger.
Okay. So once you got that going, so you got a 10.5 minute track. Is this the
Yeah.
one with Shub or with Natasha? Or do you have
This
multiple
one's with
projects going on?
this one was with Shub because we had to design a piece for Tisha Thompson out of Akwesasne, and she was using a lot of trees in her design, so that's why I kind of used the tree as a jumping off point for the music, and yeah, she loved it.
Amazing. And then the one with Natasha is for your guys' set specifically,
Yeah,
right?
she did the halftime show, and we wrote a song for that as well.
Awesome.
So there was no models in that one, so we didn't have to worry about the BPM so much.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
had a little bit more freedom, but it's still part of the halftime show. Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing. So, do you have like your ideas for what do you decide to wear?
It depends. Usually I've been wearing my Sith Lord long hoodie, my Jedi inspired robes, and t-shirts from Natives and TEBS, jeans and boots. But I used to wear suits, and after the show, Runway of Resilience, I'm gonna probably start wearing suits again. I really do like the way suits feel on me when I get into it and play music. I almost feel like I don't even know. It's just a different character, and I just feel a little bit more like it's a great skin to be in, and a little bit less brain power to think about what you need to wear when you wear a suit too. But so some of that, but I also like just being casual and wearing what I would wear in a normal day, but it's show business too, so sometimes you got to spice it up. And I've been inspired by people like Little Richard and Jimi Hendrix, Link Ray, even Elton John to some degree with these ridiculous outfits. But and in Marilyn Manson, believe it or not, like I was asking my eye doctor for contact lenses that had different things, designs in them way before Marilyn Manson came out, and the doctor was looking at me like I was freaking nuts. So it's kind of hard being a res boy and in a small town area. You just can't articulate some of your artistic vision sometimes to people that just don't understand. So I just kind of abandoned the idea and said, I better not worry about it. I'll just put on a suit.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yes, I do believe that your favorite color is black.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess black is a favorite, but I do love blue. And yeah, looking around my place, but there, yeah, blue, white, gray, black, beige. I got some beige there.
Some beige. That's good. Keep it
Yeah.
beige. I know you love to wear the Merciless Indian Savages t-shirt. That's like your favorite t-shirt.
That's one of them. Yeah.
You wear it constantly and you're always, it brings you happiness when you wear it, which is
Uh,
so funny because I think you think it's funny.
yeah, it is. It's really funny actually. The fact that it's on the Declaration of Independence is hilarious.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
well, I find it really just ironic because the Haudenosaunee are responsible for the way that Congress works in the United States. So, and the fact that they have that on the Declaration of Independence, it's just very funny to me because without the indigenous influence, you wouldn't have America.
We're coming from nations that predate the United States. They predate Canada, the founding of Canada. You
Yeah,
know, they predate Mexico. You know, what you keep doing is reminding people. And it sucks that we have to keep reminding people that, yo, we were part of the founding of whatever you're calling the United States or Canada, and we should be included in the decisions that the US is making with other nations. Like, for example, the situation, you brought, abroad, that maybe peace is the way, and appreciating each other's differences is a thing that has happened in the past. You can have disagreements with family members and you can still value each other. We need each other because we're all living together on this planet as a group or a family, right? So just to show them, for example, with Mohawk, you guys already have the structure. You've already done this before in the past. Here's the roadmap of how to do it
yeah.
today. It's relevant today. It is important today. It is needed
Right.
today.
I'm just so grateful that I am Haudenosaunee and come from a line of extremely smart individuals.
We're going to kind of wrap this up. Is there anything else you want to say about your project? I mean, you have so much. We're going to, include your links to, where to follow you, best places to follow you, and where to check out your, latest music. You said you're on all of the platforms, and you're just, so busy. You're constantly making new music, and it's always exciting to see what you're working on next, and you are very gracious about sharing that journey with us through social media, for example. So yeah, is there anything else you want to say to kind of end our big discussion on values, fashion, style, music?
I think the main thing is just, you know, keep a good mind, keep gratitude, and remember that you're a quantum being and that inside your brain you shape your reality. And it's up to you to make your life what you want it. And don't be blaming anybody else because you only got yourself. So do whatever you want, but don't hurt anybody. And call Six Nations Gigolo Service if you need anything in that regard.
1-900
Get
Gigolo.
you a buck. Get you a buck.
Young buck or old buck?
We got all bucks.
All the bucks. A
All
two
the
for one
bucks.
special. Yes.
Yeah.
So Jesse and Azelle are gonna help us play this game at the end here. It's called This or That.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So you have to pick what
This is just all for psychological profiling, isn't it? I always feel so seen when I do these things.
yes, yes.
Okay, shoot.
So it's this or that. So, and you have to pick on the screen which ensemble would you wear?
Definitely the one where the guy's walking with the girl because I like what he's wearing when he's walking with the girl.
Okay, okay. So you would pick the option option B. All right. So the next options. So option A or option B?
Um,
The
damn, the
manwich,
A,
manwich or the merman?
not the merman, not the merman.
You don't want to try something new?
I'll be holding the skull. Not today. Plus, I'm more vampire-y, so that wouldn't work.
Oh.
Here's with it, holding a dog again. I like the astronaut outfit better,
I,
or the race suit. The race suit, that's what it is.
oh yeah,
Either or, astronaut or race suit. I'll take that.
yeah, we gotta get you that outfit actually, huh?
I got that outfit upstairs.
Do you? Is that for?
Yeah, I got a race suit and a helmet upstairs.
Well, yeah, but you gotta get like a shiny red one or white or silver. Yeah, get a shiny.
A high fashion one.
Yes, get a couture
Yeah.
one.
A couture one.
Yes, for your fashion show. So when you go from
Exactly.
racing your car to the fashion show at night, yeah, can just day to night.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, Derek,
Perfect.
been an absolute pleasure. And you are on my to-do list to do another interview with you. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this in person next time. And it's always exciting to talk to you and, of course, hear about all of the projects you're working on, but just you have so many amazing thoughts. You're very wise, you're very witty, you're always a blast to hang out with. So I look forward to seeing you again in the future. And thank you again so much for your time, your presence, your energy, and all of the great work you're doing.
No, now we'll go to you and good luck with everything. Thank you, Doc, for having me, and I look forward to the next one.